www.oghuskyradio.com, paulysproject.org, Facebook, Instagram, all that, Paulie's Project. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, my name's Paul. Started Paulie's Project about 4 years ago now, out here in LA.
4 years. How did you start? Give us a history and all, you know what I mean, for the people. Well, before we even get into that, man, anybody going through the 10 and we see that big piece, we got to get into that. But we have the guy behind that here. So just so people kind of like, oh, now I know why. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
make that connection. But go ahead and give us a little history on Paulie's Project.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt. Well, Paulie's Project started, like I said, about 4 years ago. It's inspired by my blind and autistic son, Paulie. Paulie's going to be about 20 years old now. At a young age, we found out that music, just really soothed his soul like all of us. Music was his world. Figure you're a young boy, you can't see and talk. And I remember putting those headphones on him, and he was just kind of bobbing his head. He's really feeling the music, Takes it to a whole nother level, what we think. I'm sure his hearing is quadruple ours. So, music just, like I said, it was our key to Paulie, just bringing him joy and happiness. And as he got older, he got into different types of music and stuff like that, and just always put a smile on his face. I'm sure with his frustration, he'd start getting upset, and we would just put the headphones, like I said, and it just really mellowed him out. And basically, I do a lot of volunteer work. Big advocate for the homeless here in LA. And focus kind of on the Skid Row area. And I remember one day I was coming out of the midnight mission and serving breakfast and saw this guy with headphones, and he was just rocking out, dancing, smiling. And I was like, God stopped me in my tracks. I was like, wow, man, this music thing's powerful. I don't care if you're blind and autistic like Paulie to a homeless man in a tent in a street corner. Like, music just really brings everybody joy. So kind of went home that night, tossing and turning. I was like, wow, like something was planted in my heart, and I thought of how do I connect my passion of helping the homeless, music, Paulie, and I said, what, why don't we start giving out radios, And, like I said, 4 years later, we've given out about 7,000 radios. And I remember in the beginning, I would bring Paulie to the streets with me, and he would hand him the radio, and it would totally flip the script on them because they're like, well, why isn't he talking, And I'm like, well, he's autistic. He hasn't said a word in his life. Well, why isn't he looking at me? He's blind. And it totally flips the script on them. And they're like, who am I to complain? I'm homeless. Damn. But, I could get up and do something with my life. Like, this is permanent. This is real. This is raw, So the whole story is just, inspiration, I think, and giving back to the homeless community. But at the same time, it's kind of a give and take on both ends.
But you're doing more than just the radios, though, too, right? Did it come like the blankets, the sweatshirts?
Yeah.
That was after the radios?
Exactly. It's evolved. I mean, we originally started with radios, and it just took off from there. Now, whatever I can get my hands on, if it's...
like what? Give examples.
Hygiene kits, big. Tarps right now with the rain. Blankets, jeans, shoes. And your basic necessities just to live, Figure they got no supplies. They got no resources. I was in Skid Row the last, like I said, 3.5 years. And, Skid Row, obviously the worst situation. But they do get a lot of love.
Yeah.
People always, different groups down there on the weekend. So I've been hitting kind of the outskirts of downtown. Those parts that get no love, abandoned buildings, alleys, crack spots. I mean, your worst spots. And the homeless community really got love for me. Trust me, I go out to these spots. I was telling you, I take friends out there, and they're like, there's no way in hell we're getting out of the car, Paul. Like, we go at night, and I said, no, we're going to get out. And, you see pit bulls, people shooting up heroin. I mean, it's raw of the raw. And they come out and they're like, hey, what's up, Paul? What's going on? My friends are like, damn, you really do. Like, you have that connection with them. And I said, it's trust I built with them over years, and they got my back. I mean, I'll leave my keys in my car. I don't even care. Like, they protect me out there. So it's a good feeling.
People listening right now, what can they do, man? Like, right now, sitting here listening to that interview, what can they do?
I mean, hit me up on the IG. A lot of people do. DM me. Go to my website. If you want to donate monetarily at pauliesproject.org, or if you just want to volunteer, we need, like I said, supplies, monetary stuff. We'll take anything. This homeless crisis here in LA is out of control. 50,000 homeless in our streets, and it's just a sad situation. I'm glad we're getting the big stadiums and we're getting all this stuff in LA, but we can't let our people die like this. It's a shame.
What's more beneficial, the volunteering or donating the stuff or the money? What at this point would help the most? Or
really, all the above. Honestly, I mean, if I could get supplies, I need volunteers, but I literally got my team. We'll hit the streets. We just need stuff to give. Like this weekend, I had my garage filled, and with the rain, I went Saturday and Sunday and gave everything I have. So now I'm like depleted. So now they're
because people even too like sweatshirts. I mean, something
Exactly.
like if you have 15 sweatshirts or something,
Sure.
they could get that to you, and you'll make sure that those 15 sweatshirts,
Exactly.
even if it's only 15, will get to who it
Oh.
needs to get to.
Believe me, whatever you give me, it will hit the streets. I'm not like a mission where, I might go this way. It goes directly to the people. I mean, go on my IG, you'll see what's up. I mean, I'm there for the people. I'm gonna start a thing maybe every other Sunday, like the first Sunday and third Sunday of the month. If people want to go out with me, right now we're meeting this Sunday over at on 7th and Alameda at McDonald's.
Okay.
And we're gonna hit the streets. So I mean,
So when people coming through, they bring their own supplies too, or
if
whatever
you
they
could,
have?
I mean, originally I'm gonna come with stuff, but I always say, hey, if you got extra jackets, I'm never gonna turn down more stuff. Whatever you want to bring to the table, awesome. If you don't have the needs to bring stuff, just bring a smile on your face and come out and volunteer.
Paulie'sProject.org. But we do want the radios too, though.
Oh yeah, radios is a must. That is normally where I get the monetary donations.
Okay.
Because I got the connections, and there's like, here, Paul, here's $50. Go do your thing. Go where you buy them, and I supply the batteries with them too.
And even with that, because it's been, people want to donate iPods and like break
Yeah.
that down, because you don't really want to like turn stuff away,
Mhm.
but just break it down like so that people can understand like the radios you're giving to the people out there. Why-
Exactly. People like in the bubble don't realize, the raw streets of Skid Row, and they're like, yeah, get them iPods. I'm like, first of all, if you've never been down there, I mean, they can't charge them, unfortunately, most of them. They're not going to download music. They need your old school AM, FM battery operated radios, and we look at it like, it's just a little radio. Well, when you're so disconnected from society and no idea what's going on, we have access. We come home, we got a remote. Let's watch TV. We could see everything going on, but they don't have that access. So, even hearing the presidential elections, watching Dodger games, I mean, this little radio is powerful, and this lady was crying. I'm like, she's so excited about it. She's like, I just heard this old song that was with my first boyfriend or whatever. It's like music always takes you back to those old times. And she's like, look at me now, but if I can go back in time and music brings me joy, so I feel like I've done my job.
Keep up the good work, man, and anything we could do, let us know as far as promoting any events you got or anything even on that level. But we do want to talk about that wall, man.
Yeah, man, that we went big. We stamped it pretty hard on that.
Go ahead and just break down the initial everything that went, and even who the artists are and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was definitely a process just to get that landmark right there. It was about a good year, working on that owner. I said, do you mind if we put some up? And he was pretty down with the cause. He liked what we were doing, and main thing he says, is it going to cost me anything? I said, no, we got that covered. But I had my boys Self, Trickster, Decipher on there. My boys RD came through, helped us out with the paint, and we just went to town. We wanted it, obviously symbolic of Paulie's project, so we put his face up there with the headphones. And Trickster and Self got loose on that. We've had a lot of love with the graph community, Hex, Skill, all sorts of people. Sweatshirt I'm wearing, we got Saints on it, and Digital did the letters. So a lot of people have really supported our cause, totally down with it. We got about 10 murals in LA, and
Nice.
it brings a lot of attention because people are like, what the hell is Paulie's project? And they see it, they inquire about it, and they're like, oh wow, this is cool.
Even with that, are you looking to start, merchandising the gear because you have the?
If it comes with it, if it can make us, everything's about whatever we can give back. So if I could sell sweatshirt, make a few bucks, and buy supplies for our homeless friends, I'm down with that. So definitely see that in the future.
Give them the contact where they could help you out and just all the good stuff, all the information.
Sure. Basically Instagram is at Paulie's Project, PAULYS Project, and then Facebook, same thing, Paulie's Project, and the website, pauliesproject.org. So we're easy to find. If you want to message me direct, if you have things you want to give out, monetary or items, if you want to volunteer, I'm very easy to find. Just message me. I'll hit you back up, and we really appreciate it. Like I said, it's not about me. It's about those 50,000 people out there that are homeless every night in LA, and you know, those are family. We can't let them go out like that.
Thank you for everything you do, man. Keep up the good work, bro.
For sure.
OG Husky Radio. Stay posted. More interviews to come.